Hello, this is Harvest. I'm back at it again with another guide video for AFK Journey, this time for Supreme Arena. The new season just started on my server, and so I thought I'd do a guide to the Supreme Arena because many of you will be entering the Supreme Arena shortly, if not already. And so it seems really daunting at first because the bots that are occupying the Supreme Arena ladder right now have levels that are much greater than that of most players. And so this is a guide to the early game in Supreme Arena where most of the opponents you'll be facing are bots that are much higher level than you. So let's get started. I am currently Rezo 111, but I started to compete on the Supreme Arena when I turned Resonation level 71, around 71. I started to be able to beat the bottom ranked bots at around rank 5,000. And so I was kicked down to 4,000 because somebody recently attacked me and I lost. But I was at 2,500 at last reset. I haven't made any attacks today yet, which I'll do for this guide. And so as soon as you turn Rezo 71, I think it's really viable to win against these bots, even though they might have 30 to 40 levels ahead of you, because the bots' compositions are very poorly thought out, and you can exploit many of the bots in their really weird formations. And so hopefully I'll be able to show you that today. At the level I'm at, which shouldn't be that far from just starting in Supreme Arena at at a resolution or resonation level greater or less than 100. So first on defense, so you're not going to be attacked by human beings very often, and never by bots, at least at first on the Supreme Arena, because very few human players occupy the Supreme Arena. And the bots are usually a lot easier to defeat than human opponents. So I'm going to quickly go over defense, and then later on I'll produce another video about more advanced defenses meant to really compete against human players. And so one of the interesting things about Supreme Arena is that the first map has 4 tiles hidden from view, hidden from the opponent. And so one of the best ways you can take advantage of this fact is you can add 1 or more units in these hidden tiles that the opponent might not expect or would otherwise be weak on defense. And so one of those units is Reiner. So Reiner is typically a unit you use on offense rather than defense, but he's perfect in these hidden tile maps because if an opponent places a attacking unit on any of these 4 tiles here, which most likely they will, you could basically do the swap attack while defending, and they would have no idea that a Reiner is there. Now, over time, I think this strategy will become less effective because people will start predicting that there is a Reiner there, right? And place all their units in the back here on the right-hand side, right? But at least early on, I think this is a good way to get the jump on opponents. Another thing you'll notice that I've done in my defense on the first map is I added a Vala, which I normally do not use on defense. And basically the idea is the same. Vala, when they don't know that a Vala is there, she is much more dangerous. And so there are basically 2 units in my composition that take advantage of the surprise factor. The last thing is basically, why do I have Thorin? So I wanted to even out my squads a bit because basically I have an Iron comp with Carolina and Arden, and Thorin would normally be part of this team. But because this Iron team crushes enemies so hard, you want to have at least 2 strong teams to obviously win in Supreme Arena, and so I've taken Thorin out of the Iron comp and put him in this ambush defense on map 1 because Thorin, well, is obviously really strong with Odie. As long as Odie stays alive, pretty much you can win. And Thorin is very strong against other melee units, and so if they want to use, I don't know, a Shakir or Seth or Sylvina or other melee units on this first map, Thorin takes care of them. But the main point is just to keep Odie alive and to kind of bolster my second weakest team. Uh, and then I'm using the Enlightening spell to take advantage of the swap. Odie's my rearmost unit, and so he's immune to control effects. And so if Reiner gets the swap off, Odie will stay behind, and then their unit will come over to my side and be hit by Odie and Thorin and Shakir. That's why they're placed this way. Now, you don't need all of these units, obviously. You definitely have an Odie already. You probably already have a Thorin. You probably already have even just a basic copy of Reiner. Those are perfect for this first map. And then you just fill out the rest with whatever units I think are synergistic with this ambush tactic. So good units are Vala, Marilee, Sylvina if you have her. These types of units I think work really well on the first map. And then I have a Shakir here just because he's highly ascended, and because he just gives the three faction bonus, three Mauler faction bonus to my team. So that's the only reason why he's here. You could replace him with Entendre, Coco, pretty much any other unit. I suggest a more defensive unit to help create some time for your Odie and Vala to work. On map 2, map 2 is the one that has a Raging Duel buff, and essentially you want to place an AoE team on map 2 if you have one. So ideally you'd like to use Iron and Carolina and Arden, which I have here. And like I said earlier, I've added a weird unit here, Coco, only because I wanted Thorin on my second weakest to bolster my second weakest composition. And because I noticed that this composition very easily wins. So it doesn't need all of the best units to be concentrated on this team. I also could put Rowan here, but I just decided to put Coco because I feel that she gives a pretty much an I win button whenever she ults, and so but I think I could easily replace her with Rowan, but my Rowan is very low ascended, so that's the composition here. Now if you don't have Iron or Carolina or Arden, you could definitely use Cisia and Floribel because those are two AoE units you could use also as well, because she is a great AoE unit. So there are lots of like potential units you can use here that would be good on this map. Just be careful of the Reiner swap. So the Iron composition is not that weak against an offensive Reiner because Aaron already gets his whirlwind out, and this team deals so much AoE damage so quickly that even if they swap my rear units, it really has not much of an effect. And so as long as the three units here, Iron, Carolina, and Arden stay alive, that's all that matters. My third team is just a random junk team that I put together because I don't have enough units upgraded to field 3 strong teams. And so I suggest you just bolster 2 strong teams and then abandon one of the maps, because obviously the point of Supreme Arena is to win 2, not 3, right? So at least early on, create the 2 strongest teams you can with the units you have, and then for the third team, you should throw it away because you might lose. If you try to make every team balance, you might lose all 3 as a result. So keep that in mind on defense. Okay, so now I'm going to do some attacks because there's not much time left. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go back and make sure my units are the right level here. So I'm going to put Arden, Carolina, And Damien. And Iron, of course, yeah. So, yeah, so now I'm ready to attack. Now, attacking bots is quite different from attacking humans because uh, the bots that are... When you first start off, you should always attack the bot on the left because your units are going to be 30 to 40 levels under even the weakest bot. So just to get ranked on the ladder, I suggest just keep attacking the lowest ranked bot on the left. But as soon as you hit resonation level 100, you could actually start attacking bots that are much higher level than you and probably win, depending on a bit of luck and also choosing the right higher ranked bot. And basically what I look for is a bot that doesn't have a good formation or units that don't output a lot of damage. So I'd say this bot fits that mold, but I don't like the fact that he has Igor on this team, and Igor really counters my Vala. So I'm gonna skip this bot. Try to find an easier target. This is an easier target. This spot just has Marilee and a hidden unit in the back. Pretty much a lot of squishy units with no tanks, right? And then because my Iron team can steamroll any team that they put on the second map, I'm not even looking at that map. And the third map, because I'm throwing it away, I'm not looking at that one. So I'm just paying attention to the first two maps, essentially. Or looking for weaknesses that my Vala team, which is my second weakest team, to take advantage of. Um, yeah, okay. Vala's great against squishy units, so I'm going to go against this bot here. Of course, I don't know what unit they have hidden, but chances are it's another squishy unit. Oh, actually, I'm going to change my levels. Sorry about that. I forgot that the levels don't carry to each team, so... I'm going to give my weakest team, my Vala team, levels because my Iron team can pretty much steamroll any team that it comes across. So I'm just going to give my weaker team the levels that it needs because it struggles to win because it's not obviously ideal. It's not an ideal composition. So yeah. So it's basically a Mauler team, 4 Maulers plus Vala. And these are all Mauler units that you should have except for Shakir, right? But you can substitute Shakir for Entendre or any other Mauler unit. Even Brutus is fine. And then I put Vala here as sort of my X factor to take advantage of their squishy units. And so hopefully this is good enough for me to win. I'm going to put Coco a little bit back so that she doesn't get bursted down. My Iron team is the team that I care least about, and they're up against a very weak team with very low damage potential. If I had more time, I would actually make my Iron team weaker and my first team stronger. Because I... Actually, let me do that. So, what I would do here is I would... get rid of Coco and then put Thorin on this first map, like this. And then I would hook Odie up to Thorin and then do it this way. Yeah. And then on my second team, it's no longer has Thorin. I'm going to put Iron in the front. I'm going to actually put Iron further back because they have a Smoky all the way in the back. I want their Lungmon to be out of range of the Smoky. So I'm going to put him in the back. And then I am going to put Coco here, and then leave it at that. This team I don't care about. There's no way this team will win, so I'm just gonna not waste time and just attack. An easy win on the first map. Shakir died really fast though, so I'm glad I put the Thor in there. You see how my meter is growing really big, and that's because of all the AoE effects. And the enemy has literally an empty meter, so they're gonna lose, obviously. And the third map I fully expect to lose. It's just a bunch of random units that I put together. Yeah, they're being slaughtered. Now, obviously, if you do have 3 strong teams, then you should field 3 strong teams. Try to win every match, because there is, of course, the element of RNG, right? But at least early on, just focus on winning against 2 maps against the bots. So there's a human here. They have Iron. Oh, they're a whale. Okay, so I am probably not going to attack them because their units are going to be stronger than the bots. So I'm going to refresh. Here the bots' first map team looks really weak. Again, they don't have any strong like tank. A lot of squishy units. They do have an Igor, but I think I could handle 1 Igor. So this one looks really good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna attack this bot here. Here I want their Sylvina to target my Iron, so this is well set up. So this is fine. This one I don't care about. Oh, they have a Vala in the invisible tile. Against the bot opponents, actually, you can see what unit they put in the invisible tile. I'll show you that on my last attack. It's definitely a bug, but because it's against bot opponents, it's not so serious. The bots don't care whether they win or lose, right? So if you I'll actually show you how to look at the bot's hidden unit. They always have just 1 unit hidden, so the bot is just not placing the units properly. This formation looks really weak, so I'm gonna attack it. They have 2 healers, a lot of squishy units. That's no problem for my Vala to take care of. So I am gonna attack. Here's how you can tell what is hidden. This is not gonna help me that much. I don't really care, but if you use this flag icon, you can move your squads around, right, without having to manually re-input them. And then in this interface, you can see what their 5th unit is, which is a Cessia. So I know that in this hidden tile there is a Cessia somewhere, which is perfect for my Vala to kill. So I'm pretty happy about that. You don't need to sweat very much though against the bots because their compositions are so bad. You know, it's just an extra bit of sweating you can do if you want to. This one I should be good, and then this one, whatever. Yeah, you see, Cessia is right there. I wonder if that bug will work on human opponents. I hope it doesn't, because that would defeat the purpose of having hidden tiles, right? A little stiffer resistance here, because this bot has much higher level units than I do. I think they're at 130 or 140. I'm at 111, right? So don't get intimidated by Supreme Arena. Basically, it is a slightly easier version of an AFK stage. Because it's just a bunch of random bot units that are higher level than you, and you beat these all the time in your AFK stages. So don't be intimidated by the early level disadvantage you have against the bots. Do I push ahead? Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can win. It is worth pushing as far as you can while these bots are still there. So this one looks easy for me to attack. I don't have much time, so I'm just gonna send all these attacks in. They are about 40 levels ahead though, so I could lose this just based on level difference. Oh, this one has a Vala, which is not great. I don't like Thorin, because he can sometimes cheese wins. I'm just gonna send it in and see what happens here. Yeah, my units lost a lot of HP really quickly there, because they're just so underleveled. Yeah, I'm gonna lose. So yeah, basically push as hard as you can, and then as soon as you stop winning, stop. Just like in AFK stages. I even lost with my strongest team, it looks like. So yeah, definitely I can't progress beyond rank around 2300 until I level up my units some more. So yeah. I wish I could just skip this third battle, but you can't, obviously. You could place just one unit if you want to, as well, I guess. But yeah, that was a tutorial on how to beat the early bots in Supreme Arena. I hope this can get you started on Supreme Arena. Don't be afraid. Treat it just like you would essentially an AFK stage with some defense against human opponents. Basically just use the two strongest teams you have, which will likely be a team you already use on AFK stages anyway, and then pick your bot opponents carefully so that you could exploit their weaknesses. Well, that's it. This is Harvest signing off. If this was helpful to you, leave a like, subscribe, share it with your friends. See you around. Take care. Bye-bye.